Everyone loves the rant and rave. Well, today's episode is all going to be about diabetes. And my next guest coming up, we're going to be talking about diabetes. The discussion is going to get a heated discussion about diabetes. It's all about diabetes. If you want to know about diabetes, stay tuned. That's my next guest. We're going to talk about it on the rant and rave.
PWD Allies, the best disability podcast in Canada. Starring your host, Brent Frain. And as always, his producer and editor, Neil Matheson.
Thanks everyone for tuning in to PWD Allies podcast. Today we're going to be talking about diabetes. It's a rant and rave with my guest Sonjia Grandahl, and we've got Patrick Hébert joining us once again also. Well, welcome both of you. This is going to be a heated discussion. If you're just tuning in today, we're going to be talking all about diabetes, like I said at the very beginning of the episode here. And so we're going to dive right in. Welcome, both of you.
Thank you, Brent. Thanks for getting up early for me.
Yeah, it's all good. I've got my coffee here and the PWD.
What a beautiful mug.
Yeah.
People can buy one now.
I got the other logo on the other side.
That's the prototype, though. We have to keep saying that's the prototype.
It's the prototype, yes.
So the original, the one that's on for sale is a little bit smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Right now we're doing one that's a bit smaller than that, but it basically looks the same, other than the size.
Yeah, exactly.
Yours for only $29.95, 3 equal payments.
Actually, I think it's 12 or 13, so not too
that's
bad.
not bad. That's
Equal monthly payments.
Yeah,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
You only have to pay for a kidney.
Well, exactly, and I mean that's kind of a leapfrog right into our discussion. Yeah, I don't have to pay for kidney. First I'm going to start. Sonjia had said, well, let's start with Patrick first, and as for request, so I'm going to dive right in with you, Patrick.
Sure.
So, diabetes. Wow. Where do we begin on this? I guess the fact is anyone can get diabetes at any point in time in their life. It can be misdiagnosed or diagnosed for other things. But for you, Patrick, if you've had diabetes for quite some time now, what's happening in your life right now? Just kind of get us up to speed of what's happening.
It's interesting. I have type 1 diabetes. There's like they say about 3 types of diabetes. Type 1 is where your pancreas just shuts down and doesn't work anymore, doesn't produce insulin, and that's an autoimmune disease. Mm-hmm. And then there's type 2 diabetes, which is generally related to they think lifestyle. Like, your body produces insulin, but you're insulin resistant. You might have a little too much weight. You might, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
And unfortunately, type 2 diabetes gets blamed like smokers who get lung cancer. It's blamed on lifestyle, which is unfortunate because I have a sister-in-law who has type 2 diabetes through no fault of her own. She's got a little extra weight, but that's not the explanation. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I was researching for the show just to brush up on some facts, and I learned that the fact is that if you're on a low income, you're 2.1 times more likely to have a form of diabetes.
Oh,
because of the shitty food that we have to eat.
Right. So it's diet related. Yeah.
That's a real contributing factor for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And and that can be preventable for sure.
Like food and exercise and health. That can minimize the impact of type 2 diabetes and type 1. Like, I got to be honest, since losing my vision, my vision got kind of bad. I gained about 50 pounds, and I just joined a gym, which I'll get into how you can do that for $0.
Okay.
Wow.
But
Interesting.
Uh, it depends where you live, obviously,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but a little exercise and better food makes a difference with outcomes.
Mm-hmm,
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
With that topic being said, I'm going to now go over to you, Sonia. Talk about healthy food. Um,
And she by the way, Brent,
yes.
she's the one that said we have to call this a rant and rave episode.
Oh yeah.
So I expect Sonia is gonna blow a gasket at some point
Oh,
during the show.
oh yes.
So
Oh yes.
everybody buckle in and prepare for
Uh-oh.
that one.
Yeah, exactly. And she's not a happy camper on so many different topics regarding diabetes and healthy eating.
Mm.
There's a repercussion because of it, and Patrick, you touched on that topic for sure. And that's gonna. They always say poke the bear. Well, we're gonna poke
Yeah.
Sonia on this one because this one really gets her really pissed off.
Mm.
Yeah. So Sonia, yeah, so we'll talk about healthy eating, and then we'll dive right into diabetes related to the healthy eating.
Well, healthy eating, especially if you're on disability in British Columbia, it's pretty tough. Everything's so expensive now; it's hard to pick and choose the right kind of stuff. So I'm
Mhm.
having a hard time. That's
Mm.
why I can't lose any weight. It's because it's so hard, and it's just uh, frustrating.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. And I mean, of course, not having a fridge that's functional
Oh
either.
Oh
no.
yeah,
I mean,
we have a real bad fridge here, and management is not doing anything with it. So we have to kind of,
Oh.
you know,
mhm.
find ways to keep our stuff fresh, and that's only buy what you need, right?
Yep.
And just use the grocery store as a fridge.
Yeah,
Basically,
Yeah.
is what we do.
yeah, you have to keep going to the grocery store back and forth, and you can't buy in like any sale items that are on because it's the fridge is going to spoil it. So you really can't really get too much of the sale items because now if you do, it's going to spoil all those sale items. Now you have to go and rebuy it again.
Hmm.
Sonia, there was a news report this morning on Global News. Just came out with the stats across Canada stating that food insecurity and that it's having a major impact, especially in British Columbia, where they say the high cost of living. It was interesting on for Sonia and Patrick. They were discussing on news, talking about food insecurity, the high rise of food bank usage, and the report puts major pressure on governments for income assistance and disability. Really, I thought, wow, this is an eye opener. And they're saying that to raise the rates because really it has a huge impact on housing.
Yep.
Which, if you're paying, they're saying that people should be paying more than 30% of their income to housing. That they are. It's now taking away that money that you could buy healthy food, like toward food or maybe like you say, diet. Maybe didn't mention diabetes, but
Hmm.
obviously, if you're not eating healthy, it's going to contribute to diabetes and make things worse. The condition already.
Yep.
So it was very interesting. When I do get the article, everybody, I'll post it onto social media the best way I can and
Mm.
share it out.
Or
But
I
Sonia,
can I can link it to the bottom of
yeah.
when you get it. I can link it
Yeah.
to
But
this episode
Sonia,
as well.
with that being said, so like if with the diabetes, like kind of foods that are you're having to eat, like I mean I can eat different things that Sonia can't eat, based on what her I guess affects her sugar levels,
Hmm.
glucose numbers, and if Sonia doesn't eat the right things, it spikes things up, or she'll get a low.
Yep.
Can you
Yep.
explain that to us, Sonia? How does that all that work?
Well, basically, you just have to count. I have to count carbohydrates every time I eat because I'm a type 1 diabetic and I'm on pound right.
Mhm.
So I have to figure out exactly how many carbs I'm eating, and I have to wait 15 minutes before I eat because it absorbs it faster that way,
Mm.
Mm.
which is pretty difficult sometimes because if you're on the go and you're not exactly, you know.
Yep. Yep.
But anyway, I'm always home now because can't afford to go anywhere.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
so it's a lot easier now to stay
No
up.
trains for you.
Well,
No.
the good news is if you guys go blind because of diabetes, you can get a free bus pass with CNIB.
Yeah,
That's what
Oh
I got.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not there
Yeah.
yet. Not there yet, but
Well, I hope you
down
don't
the
get there.
road. But yeah, it's pretty hard. Yeah. For the foods that I'm eating.
What's that called? You can't win for losing or whatever, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to do the best I can. I guess have to get whatever's on sale and fluctuate from store to store on the bus, which is pretty, pretty hard in Victoria because everything's all spread out here. You have to go from one community to a different community, and it takes like a whole day just to go and get your stuff.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got the added stress of not having a working fridge.
Yeah.
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 That's why I miss living back in Langley because everything was there. You didn't have to go all over the place to get anything. and it just uprooted me from there. That was my happy place. I was going to the community center a lot, and they had a
Indoor track.
indoor racetrack, an indoor walking track where you can walk around in the wintertime, which is pretty awesome. So
we have Bertie in chat actually, and she just said a really good comment. Food care is healthcare, she says.
Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah, which is 100% bang on.
Yeah.
Totally.
Sometimes when I get some stuff from the store and I bring it home, it's already rotten.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're starting to cook your dinner and you cut halfway through I don't know, pepper or something, and it's turning all different colors on you, and it's like, ew. And it's soft, really soft inside, but you can't tell from the
Yeah, the outside's all firm, but then you get in there and it's all rotten. And then if it is good, if the and Sonja's found this out, Patrick and everybody watching live right now or listening on the podcast, one of the pet peeves I have is when the fridge is supposed to be working, right? And when it's broken, they always say if it's not broken, don't fix it. Well, if it is broken, do fix it. But the management company, and this is nothing against like I'm throwing slingshots at our management company, but the fact is that this has been going like 3 times now. We've now reported this fridge over time. And so the contractor comes in, looks at it. Well, the fridge plugs in, it turns on. Just don't put stuff in the back of the fridge. It tends to be getting a little bit cool, more freezing stuff. So their solution, put it in the middle of the fridge or the front of the fridge. It doesn't matter where you put in the fridge. It's going to freeze. Sonja will give you an example, Patrick. She has some stuff thawing out right now. She built last night.
Last night, a few hours before I went to bed, I took some chicken out, and I took some chicken out, and I left it out for a couple hours before I went to bed, and then I put it back in. It was still a bit frozen.
Wow.
So I put it back in the fridge and overnight, and then this morning I checked on, and it was still frozen.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It should have been thawed by now, right?
Yeah, no kidding. Wow.
It's all over half frozen still. I mean, one would think that it should have thawed. So now you wonder, what is it they're doing to all the other items in the fridge that are in containers or whatever, freezing, unfreezing, and then
what's that doing to your insulin?
Yeah.
Well, my insulin is right at the front of the fridge, so it's okay there.
Okay.
So it's fine there, yeah. It hasn't refrozen it, so.
Well, that's good.
I'm still doing okay. They haven't did
for
it.
now. And then we were looking for a place that's closer to the mall, but and this kind of ties right into diabetes because it's really it's a heart-wrenching situation where we would have a place, like we were going to have a place, and then but here's the catch: the management company, same company we rent from, but it's a different management group. They want to have 15 days of proration put down, but hey, you're approved, but pay 15 days. So we had to decline it because we can't come up with half a month rent and damage deposit. So that's equal to a whole month of rent. So we had to decline it, and our property management said, yes, at this time, I think it's better that you just don't put yourselves into a bad situation because that would have been going there. And again, healthy choices because Sonja and myself had thought, well, hey, this would be great. We're closer to the mall. We can go buy healthy food when we need it. Yes, it's a smaller fridge, but a brand new fridge. Now the stove, but anyway, the fridge. I mean, we could just get what we need and get more supplies. But no, it's here we are still. So again, I kind of echo what Sonja says back in Langley, but the government, they won't pay for your rent unless it's substantially reduced from what you currently are paying. Well, try and find cheap housing in Langley. It's not.
So that's why I'm looking out towards Abbotsford because they have a whole lot of 1 month free rent places right now going on, and that's pretty good for us because then that gives us time to get our stuff over there, and somehow I don't know how.
Yeah,
Have
like
you
oh,
have
Yeah.
you looked at I don't know if you have room, but have you looked at maybe getting a used fridge from somebody, just someone who's getting rid of one for $50 or something on Marketplace? Just
Uh,
buy your own fridge.
mhm.
I thought of that, but there's no.
Sometimes you're right, Patrick, because sometimes people are just like want to get rid of stuff for like even just like pick it up for free.
It's cosmetic, I've changed
Yeah.
my kitchen from stainless
Yeah.
steel to white, a
Yeah.
big deal. But some
Mhm.
people will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that kind of ties into healthy food because that way you're not, throwing away stuff where the cost of
Yeah,
food here is
Yeah.
expensive, like $5.99 for a head of lettuce. I mean,
it's
The only
nuts.
trouble with you and Sonia, of course, is you would need to get somebody like Jeff to help you. If he'd need to bring, hopefully he'd have room to in his
yeah,
car or something to put the fridge in the back or something. I don't
yeah,
know,
Geez, even
but
an old bar fridge that or
yeah,
something, would
Yeah,
be better than what you got.
yeah,
yeah, exactly. And those are actually pretty cheap too, the bar fridges. I mean, they're not that big, but you can still store stuff in it and you're not wasting as much. And that's something that we'll have to look into.
we just don't have a lot of plugins in here. That's all.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the other one. You want to
Hardly,
oversearch the circuit breaker and then boom.
yeah, some of them hardly work either too. Some of the plugins. So.
You know what it sounds like to me? Like I've been paying attention to what's going on in New York. I don't know about you guys. Um, the new mayor of New York is a socialist Democrat. They call him a socialist, but basically he's introducing city-run grocery stores,
Hmm.
Mm.
like publicly owned grocery stores.
Oh,
So the way that works is the city buys the property and then leases it to the store for free, and the store in return has to sell food at cost.
Mm.
oh,
mm,
interesting. Wow.
So he's obviously coming up with pushback. A lot of big money interests don't want this to happen, but
Mhm.
he's
mm.
doing that and he's doing rent control. And
Wow.
it seems like you guys are in this situation because there's a housing shortage, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
the landlord figures they can do whatever the hell they want. And what are you
Well,
going to do about
I love New York, and I would move there in a heartbeat if I could.
it?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the
Well,
prices there are way worse than
yeah,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
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 Well,
But
Patrick is here's like the dilemma is like we went to their head office where we rent from and we distinctly said like, hey, like but we want for like say July 1st. Yeah, no problem. Like I'll talk to my boss and see what my boss says and then of course the manager we went and saw the place that we went to and she's like, wow, yeah, I don't know if the owner's going to want to take a bite for a whole month of loss of revenue, probably the 15th. But
mm,
talk to a head office. So we went back and like a ping pong back and forth. And so head office said, yeah, like we get it. And we figured, hey, and then I get a message thinking, hey, you guys are accepted. I'm thinking, yay. But here's the catch. You guys, Sonia knows about this already. So I get this text message. Yeah, you guys are approved. Wow. Okay, great. All of a sudden I get this email comes in after the fact. It's
mm.
saying, hey, yeah, like you guys are accepted, but here's the catch: you got to pay by the 15th. Oh,
How do you do that?
meanwhile, the manager says I'm going to be bringing your notice to vacate over. I'm thinking, no, 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 no. Like,
Oh
yeah,
God.
it's like our adrenaline is just going up, going, oh boy. Like, and of course, it's not a done deal until you fill it out and give it to the manager. So
Right.
we were just like freaking going, oh boy, what do we do?
Well, we already have the notice now, but Sarah,
Yeah,
if you need it.
yeah, we have it. And we said we just have to change the date the manager said, and
Hmm.
our management is like awesome because she really is looking out for our best interests and
Yep.
just wants to see us happy and get finding affordable housing. And I said, well, there's like a 20-year waiting list to get into BC housing
Mm.
because families and with children that come first, then they go down the line. She said she waited 12 years and she had two children at the
Mm.
time, and that was years ago. And she
Wow.
said it's got a lot worse. And again, it affects your diabetes too because
Yep.
if you're paying all your money into rent, you're not buying healthy food and making other choices that probably to better yourself, your well-being. And so it's hard, right? We're trying to find the right balance in between. Sonia, I'm going to pass it over to Patrick for a moment, and then we'll come right back to you. So we're going to dive into the next topic, and of course, Sonia is going to have this, but she's probably going to blow up when it's her turn. We're going to talk about insulin pumps versus daily injections.
Okay.
Okay. So
I've been on both.
Yeah.
I was on a
Me too.
pump. I was on a pump back in 2007 till about 2010. It was older technology. But I would get snagged on things because of the tubing, and that really hurt. So, anyways, imagine having an IV yanked out every time you walk by
Right.
something.
Oh, dear.
That's, it hurt. So, I guess my tubing was too long or whatever, but that was one of my gripes with it. And then as my vision declined, it just became too hard to use the pump itself. The numbers and stuff on it was too small for me to see. So they've put me on injections, and I've been told that I actually have better control with the injections than I did with the pump.
Oh.
I don't know what to believe, but they say because of the long-acting insulin that's in your system and the short-acting, you actually get better fine control. So I don't know. But it's fully covered. I don't pay for anything out of pocket with the insulin here, which is good because I was on a system before where I had to pay for it, and it works out okay.
And that's really interesting, Patrick, as based on your lived experience, what works better for you? And daily injections obviously sounds like it's working way better for you than the pump. All the frustrations and this is where I'm going to pass it over to Sonia, and Sonia is going to she'll be having her rant and rave part here, and then what I'm going to do then right after that is be more of a direct conversation between you and Patrick. And this is where Brent is going to sit back and just, you guys can have your discussion. So Sonia.
We can leave, Brent. You and I can leave.
Yeah.
Go have a coffee.
So this is where Sonia is. Everybody grab your coffee, grab your beverage, have your breakfast. And this is where Sonia will blow up here because she's going to talk about her frustrations between daily injections versus the pump. So Sonia, what is going on?
Okay, well, first I'll start from the beginning. I was first diagnosed in spring of 2009. And I was first diagnosed as type 2 diabetes. And they got me on metformin and all that stuff. And my blood sugars wasn't going down after a good while. So they wanted to get me on injections after that. And the same thing, my blood sugars was doing a lot better. And now that I got an insulin pump now that the government was able to get them covered for people with type 1 diabetes in 2017, that was the UCNDP back then. I don't know what party they are now because it's definitely not the same party as they were started out at.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's way different. Anyway, so I got my insulin pump then, and it was scary at first, because it's a pump that's on you, and you wear it. It's called the Omnipod.
Okay, yeah.
So I went on to that, and I had to wear it for 3 days, and then you change it every 3 days, and you can fill it with a vial or a pen, but I choose pen because it's a lot easier for me. For some reason, I tried the vial, but I guess I just not very good with it. So part of my disability, I guess. So I took the pens, and that's fine with that. And then the pharmacies get exasperated with me because you're using your insulin too fast. Why are you using it so fast? So I finally sorted it out with them about it, and so it's all good there now. And but the Omnipod is
this is where it's going to blow up, everybody.
It's good and it's bad. Just recently had a real bad experience because all of a sudden they say that now you're getting there's a recall on the Omnipod Dash, which is what I'm on now, is the Omnipod Dash. When I first had the original Omnipod, it's called Omnipod Euros, and now it's the Omnipod Dash, which is good. And I've been constantly having high blood sugars because the insulin wasn't getting sent through the needle, and you would start leaking insulin or start bleeding underneath your skin and causing irritation and all that stuff and causing high blood sugars. And Brent and I were out for dinner one night, and I was going up to like 17 and 18 and almost nothing coming down. I'd go for walks, take a lot of insulin to cover it. Nope. So I finally get home and I take it off, change it, and it still didn't come down the next day. So it did a little bit, but anyway, so I finally phoned them. And the guy was asking me all these stupid questions, like, where did you place the pump? How much insulin did you use on it? How high were your blood sugar?
So basically, kind of gaslighting the client, right?
Yeah,
kind of like
you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong.
Sounds like regular tech support. Did you turn it off and on again?
Yeah. I love that IT crowd, but you watch that, right? Yeah, classic. Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm venting at the guy. I said, this Omnipod is so stupid. I got 2 years left on it now because I had signed another warranty with it, which I shouldn't have done in the first place. But I just did it because I just wanted the freedom right now. And so now I'm just waiting on I told him, I said, it's not a very good pump right now.
Oh.
And for me, and now I'm waiting for my replacement pods, which is going to come for another 5 to 7 business days.
Jeez.
So he didn't even ask me if I had any insulin on, spare insulin around or anything like that.
Wow.
Like what do you do if you don't have any pods?
Yeah. It's a backup.
Sounds kind of like careless customer service, really.
Oh, it was awful, and I hated it. And I recognize the guy too. I've talked to him before a few times before. and
that's Omnipod. I wanted to stay away from for me.
Yeah, I'm not. Once this 2 years is done, that's it for me with it, because and then also irritates your skin a lot when you take it off. It just these little red holes in your legs for months. It takes forever to go away. And then you're running out of places to put it. Now the Omnipod 5, which is apparently a nice pump, but it has to be on the same side as your Dexcom G7.
Okay.
And for me, that does not work because you're going to be running out of sites. So what if something goes wrong in that one spot? And then you've got nowhere else to put it.
And you're supposed to rotate sites, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why my brain kind of goes places, but I'm gonna date myself. The old movie War Games,
right?
Where at the end, where or maybe it's at the near the middle, I guess, of the movie, and the general stands up. He's talking about the Whopper computer. He says, "General, I've come to the realization that your defense computer sucks." And you can say the same thing about the Omnipod. I've come to the conclusion that your Omnipod sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to do when my 2 years is up, because apparently the NDP has now covered some more Enzypods, and no, they haven't.
No,
they haven't. It's the same old stuff that they've always had on their website.
Oh.
They don't have any new pumps except for the Omnipod 5. Which is just an upgrade from the Omnipod Dash.
They just repackaged it. They just repackaged the gift that keeps on giving.
There's no tandem. There's no nothing. I wish I could go on the tandem, but I can't. But I don't know if I would want. Don't know what if I want to either, because of hearing what Patrick went through with the wiring, the wiring on it, getting caught on things, and I'm sometimes banging into things with my Omnipod on my arm.
Yeah, and then it leaves Sonjia with bruises everywhere too.
And
the other frustration, Sonjia, you can get into, as I just say, the little prompt for you about your diabetes specialist. My gosh, that's another Brent part here that she's.
When did I go the last time? When was that?
Oh, last year.
Was it?
It was in December.
Was it in December?
Yeah.
See, she never made me an appointment for another 6 months or
minimum. Yeah, she hasn't even got back to her. There was there was no receptionist there.
There was no receptionist either for any of the doctors. There was nobody there except for her. She was the only doctor that was in there, and she's trying me to go on a Ozempic, and I took the testing thing home, but I haven't tried it yet. I'm scared to try it. I don't want it.
Yeah, my sister-in-law is allergic to it. It made her so violently ill.
That's what happened.
No.
Well, I tried out the semaglutide, the pill form once, and that was awful.
I had to call 911, you guys, for some.
I was down for like 2 days.
Wow.
I had to call.
No, actually, I was down for 3 days.
Oh, yeah, no. I had to call the nurses hotline, and they think it was another division off, like 911, and they put me in touch right away with the emergency response team, and another division off of it for Sonjia. And is she breathing? And like they asked me all this stuff, and I know first aid, right? I knew a little bit, like a different level of it.
Yeah, I have to say, well, you have to do a shout out to the nurses line, by the way. They're very good.
Very, very good.
They're very good when you call the nurses line.
They were superb. 100%. I'd say like 300% mark on them, because they were asking me, well, how many times has she thrown up? And I said, like, what is she throwing up? Like, they were getting graphic. I said, bile. Oh my God. And like they were getting very upset. They said, okay, how far are you? And they looked at the map. Okay, you're not far from the hospital. Do you need us to call the ambulance to get the ambulance to come there? Or can you take a taxi? I said, can't afford a taxi. I said, no, the government won't raise our rates. Well, you'll get a bill if we have to bring an ambulance in. Oh, well, might as well take a taxi at that rate, or take the bus down there. Yeah. So the fact is, they did the right thing. Sonjia did recover from it, but it left her very scared. And she, like she just said, it's not for everybody. And we had a discussion, and Sonjia was so mad. She goes, well, maybe the doctor should go and try out the Ozempic for her and see how that works.
Oh, there's another thing for these insulin pumps. I don't think there should be warranties on them, because especially for low income people on disability or income assistance, because what if for some reason the pump doesn't work for you and you don't get along with it, or it doesn't like you and you don't like it? And
Sorry, Sonjia, you say warranty. Like, I don't understand why you couldn't just stop using it and go back to pens.
I had wanted to go back to the pens, but then I thought, no, I want to give it another shot, right, and try it over again. And
okay.
So, but now I only got 2 years left, and so I can deal with that. I guess that. But if I wanted to upgrade to the Omnipod Dash, the Omnipod 5, which I don't think I'm going to, after I watched a video yesterday on YouTube with this lady from Diabetes Strong. She is so awesome. She's got such good info. If anybody wants diabetes info, I highly suggest her YouTube channel. It's called Diabetes Strong. She's really very
maybe we can share out that link after the show. I can put it at the bottom.
She's really good. I follow her on Facebook and stuff like that. She's very, very important. She's from the US, but
oh wow.
Yeah.
That's wonderful, Sonjia. And Neil will share the link at the bottom of today's episode. And a shout out to that person that you mentioned, Sonjia. That
Diabetes Strong.
It's on Facebook. You can find her on there.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course, if she's following it, I'd love to have her on as a guest on.
Yeah, I would love that, because she's an awesome lady.
Yeah, and Sonjia, then you can you and Patrick will reach out, and we can have you two joining with her. There we go. And it is frustrating. I mean, you made a good point there, Sonjia. That I'm glad you brought that up, because I was going to mention that, and of course, Sonjia already knew, because we had talked about that part already. But again, Patrick, like, what's your view about that? Is like have it like an income means tested, like based on your taxable level. of people with low income or whatever doing a month to month, and you try that out, and if that device does not work, just return it into the return it label and return it back to the manufacturer, and try a different pump or whatever, or like some of their diabetes equipment, rather than getting locked into like 5 years and you find, oh, this doesn't work for you, and then like the headache that Sonja's having to go through, like she described, having to phone a gentleman at the call center who asked her, well, what did you do with the pump? Where is the pod? What's sitting in the room? Can you get it? What's the serial number? Nope, that's the wrong serial number. Nope, that number. And how long did you have it on for? Why did you take it off? Like, I'm sitting here listening and going, oh my God, like why does she have to explain herself? Just return it. It's defective.
It's a recall. Come on.
Yeah.
And the person should know that at the call center, it was Sonjia got an email. And where did you get the information? By email. Oh.
What else do you think?
He goes, well, this is news to me. Well,
you're working in the wrong bloody company.
Yeah, no kidding. Dude. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So getting back to like the food, again, not having the right healthy food is really plays a huge factor.
Oh, I just want to do a follow up with what I was finished. Yeah. So when I'm talking to the guy on the phone, and now I have no pumps to use.
Uh-oh.
I have to go. Well, I got some spare ones, but those are spare ones in case I have a failed pod. I don't want to use those, so those are put on the back burner for now because they're spare. And I'm going to have to go back to daily injections until the replacements come, and that's within 5 to 7 business days.
Jeez. You know what? You might like doing the daily injections more than the pod.
Well, I do because I took a pump break. Oh, when was that? About a few months ago, was it?
Yeah.
I went on a pump break a few months back, and I begged. I had to phone my doctor. I said, "Can you please? I need to get off this thing for a while. Is there any background insulin that you can give me?" And so he gave me this one called Basilgar.
Okay.
And it's the best. Oh my God, that's the best background insulin I've ever had. Because when I first got the pens, I was on Levemir, and that is nowhere near as good as what this Basilgar is. It's way better than the insulin pump itself.
And Sonjia, so the doctor that changed that for you, and he's located in the Fraser Valley in BC.
Yeah, he's in Cloverdale now. He used to be in Langley, but they moved her to Cloverdale Center.
Oh.
And this is not her diabetes doctor, everybody. This is her GP.
Wow.
He's like in diabetes stuff.
Yeah, I mean, he seems to know a lot more and she can get a hold of this guy faster than her diabetes specialist, and and he seems to understand where Sonja's coming from, what her needs are, based on instead of the diabetes doctor. So I mean, what does that say? Again, he says,
that's why I need to be back in the Fraser Valley because my doctor is there, and
he misses seeing her. He says, I miss you, Sonjia. She goes, well, I miss being over there too. But you haven't got settled in Victoria yet. You've been there long enough. Well, it's not home. She said it's not home, and everything's accessible than what we need.
I mean, Victoria used to be my vacation place. I used to come here. I used to come here all the time to go to the legislature and but
and go and yell and scream at the politicians.
Well, you know how limited I am now, Brent. With basically I can't walk with crutches anymore, and stuck with either a scooter or a wheelchair. And I mean, I've lived where I am for like 20 years now, and of course, I don't rent. I was fortunate enough to be able to afford this place, but that's why I've basically tried so hard, like trying to keep. I mean, the provincial government. I've said it before. They've tried so hard to take this place away from me.
Oh, I know.
And I mean, and I've gone into so much debt to just try to keep this place going.
Yeah.
Because I know if ever I lost this place, I would be in the exact same situation or worse than you are, Brent. And
I know.
I don't want to have to live like month to month, like it's so nice to have like one place that's I know it's mine, and where I am. I have like access to like 3 grocery stores, like right within like I I have the one that's like 30 seconds away, and there's one
I
that's
know.
like 2 minutes away.
I
You
know.
know,
When I saw that, Neil, I was like so
so
amazed. I'm
Oh,
like, wow.
yeah.
Are you looking for a roommate there, Neil?
Yeah, I know. I know. I wish I had room, but I don't.
Yeah.
there's no apartments getting built there, is there? Is there, Neil?
There
Any?
is one that's there actually has been some newer apartments, but I think they're pretty expensive.
Yeah, like what, 2000 or something?
Yeah, I'm sure it's even more
Stupid.
than
Yeah.
that.
You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. The
it's
government gets
interesting.
$500.
I think we're coming up against this housing shortage thing, right?
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
I listened to this guy on TikTok. His name's Ron Butler. He's the angry
Oh,
Oh my
mortgage.
gosh. Oh
oh,
no.
oh,
Yeah,
oh, yeah, oh, yeah, Ron.
he's good. He's good. But he was
Yeah.
saying that there's the shortage is kind of over. They may still be pretending there is one, but because of all the immigration that's been reversed, and the temporary foreign workers that have been basically sent home,
Hmm.
um, there is now supposed to be more housing availability in certain areas.
Hmm.
Oh,
So
there is an Abbotsford.
they're saying that,
There's lots
yeah,
of,
it's like the outlying areas, right? Like it's not
Mhm.
the
yeah,
main metropolitan, but the outlying areas that nobody really wanted to live in.
Yeah.
You know, there's more availability because they built a bunch of housing thinking
mhm,
this was forever. So
Hmm.
they're saying to keep your tenants if you can and keep them happy because they'll
yeah.
go other, you know,
Hmm.
there's competition now.
Oh, exactly. And Sonia came across some places way out there, out in the valley, out in the central Fraser Valley there. And I mean, yeah, I mean, I know the area, not extremely well as Langley, but I do know the area, and the rents are a lot. They're cheaper than what we
Yeah.
pay now. And I mean, of course, the government would move us because the rent is now.
Well, and again, like you know this, Brent, that I used to live out in Langley, like Walnut Grove, where my parents are.
Yeah.
And when
Hmm.
I used to live out in Walnut Grove, it's Walnut Grove, and then it's basically Abbotsford, right? Well,
Yeah,
and you think, well, they're right next door, but I mean, you have to drive like even to go from Langley to Abbotsford, it's a long way out.
it is.
From Langley to Abbotsford, like I said, they're supposedly right next door. But I
Mhm.
mean, you have to drive a long way by
You're still going,
car
yeah, you're
to
looking
get to
about
Abbotsford from Langley, even.
That's about a
Wow.
25 to 30 minute drive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well, how
at
far
least
is it?
it feels a lot longer.
I know.
But
Especially
yeah,
if there's an accident on there.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It can be like a crawl sometimes.
On Highway 1, it can, we
Yeah,
take a
But
transit
the,
bus out and,
but the
yeah,
yeah,
66 can reroute through the other way.
yeah.
If it
yeah.
what
It's,
did that one time on us, remember? We were
yeah, I was just
there
like,
and it rerouted itself on the back road.
yeah, I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, wow. I've gone on these country roads. It's like, oh, wow, no bus service out there, but there is now today. It's interesting because, the housing, um, it gets much cheaper as you go east, but you also have to have the amenities, all your services around you, like all
Yeah.
medical and, basically all your shopping, just everything that you need, your transit. And
Hmm.
so the area that Sonia has found, there's a couple areas, also out in Chilliwack, there's, MJ, if you're watching this, yeah, Sonia's looking out that way too. So yeah,
Even Maple Ridge too. I don't know.
Maple
Maple
Ridge
Ridge,
is nice. Yeah.
Maple Ridge is a growing area.
And it's well connected to Walnut Grove as well with the
Yeah,
bridge.
Oh yeah, I'm also
Yeah,
looking at Cloverdale too. So 'cause that's
yeah.
where my doctor is.
yeah,
Cloverdale's nice as well. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And
Cloverdale's not far from Langley. It's not that far at all.
Hmm. Yeah.
Like
I
you can
saw
catch the what bus is that? The oh, I
364,
forgot.
and there's a 341, and there's a
Yeah.
320.
There's a 320.
There's three buses that service.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Oh, and there's a shuttle bus too. But yeah,
Patrick's bored because he's thinking, well, where's all this?
I don't know the geography. I'm wondering how
Yeah, I
far
know.
away
That's
yeah,
all these things are.
we're talking French to you right now. So yeah.
yeah. I mean, and her, her GP is
Uh-huh.
up the road. In Cloverdale, her GP is just up the road from there too, right? So, if Sonia needs some tender loving care from the GP is right there, or anywhere in proximity. Even if we're out in the valley, I mean, it's easier that she needs to have an appointment. She can just go and make an appointment online and go in and see. It's frustrating because the housing gets more and more expensive. Our management said, yes, every year goes by, you're going to get an annual rent increase. And
Yeah.
our management company is frustrated, like really frustrated. I mean, like I won't even repeat the words, but
Mm.
they pissed off at the.
I think we're going off topic.
Yeah, no, I know, but no,
Yeah.
it's related to
I
healthcare.
know when you're going
Health.
off topic.
Yeah, I know.
We have a comment in chat. Uh, McTerry Y2T. Haha, transit in Ontario is often as hodgepodge as in BC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Transit here, I gotta say, I'm fortunate in Barrie where I am, which is kind of in the middle of nowhere.
yeah,
Well, it's an hour from Toronto, so it's not too bad.
yeah.
But the bus system's not bad. That's all we got are buses, and it's every half hour, so
That's
it's
not
not
too bad.
horrible.
Yeah,
When Brent and I went out there, we stayed in Mississauga.
Okay,
yeah.
I love
they
that area. That's nice.
it is a nice
Our
area.
hotel that we stayed at, you can see the whole city of Toronto from the window.
Ah,
It's such a nice view. The city is so neat. Yeah, I like that.
We're a little bit over 45 minutes now,
So,
Brent. So I didn't know, did you want to start to wrap up and just ask a couple questions at the end, or
yeah, I just have
because
it,
we want to respect Patrick's time because we
Yes.
know you have to run. Well, actually, do you want to mention about your appointment, Patrick? Maybe
oh
we'll
yeah,
start with that. Yeah.
yeah, for sure. Well, you know, the thing with diabetes is it's a progressive disease, or it gets progressively worse if you don't look after it. And I messed up younger me because I didn't look after it as well as I should have, because I thought, you know, I was not in a good headspace. Managing insulin and being rebellious and that sort of thing as a 16-year-old, you know, I'm paying for it now because I got kidney disease. I got retinal, uh, diabetic retinopathy, and neuropathy. So, you
Mhm.
know, loss of sensation in the limbs. Um, the kidney disease, I found out I'm infertile because of the kidney disease. Um, it gets better and better. So I think what probably would have changed things for me, because like I said, I was rebellious in my young age, but later on, when I had to cover my own insulin and stuff, I was rationing insulin because,
Right.
it's expensive.
Hmm.
And this is before I had disability coverage. People that are paying out of pocket are, it's not cheap. It's not
Hmm.
cheap.
mm-mm.
Um, I think a box of Tresiba, which is the long acting that I use, is well over $100. I never see the price anywhere because it's totally covered, but it's expensive.
I know because
Yeah.
I remember having to pay for Humalog at one time.
Yeah.
Yep.
It wasn't fully covered.
No,
And
exactly.
and
And
you, it's a choice between insulin or rent, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
or food.
Yep. Yep.
And I saw that on social media.
Do you want to live or do you want to live?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
put a tear in my eye because I saw that just a couple of days ago. There was a person in the USA, and they have to pay for all the insulin, and they were just begging like for please like help, like I need food and to maintain my sugar levels. I think
Yep.
Sonia saw that yourself, um, and it's like if I don't have my insulin and I don't have food, I will die. And it's not just food. I mean, like proper food. Like it's not like
Yeah.
saturated food, like saturated fats. I mean, because yeah, sure, it may all taste good, everybody. Yeah, the yummy, right? Yeah, different things. But unfortunately, as Sonia can tell you and Patrick can tell you, everybody, these things taste. They may taste really good. Yeah,
Yep.
give you that sugar high, make you feel good, and all of a sudden crash.
Absolutely.
And you
It's
think
all
your
the
numbers are high. You think your numbers are high because of this. So you give more insulin. Well, now when that sugar wears off, guess what happens? Now you get a double whammy. I mean, you two can talk about this part
it's
here.
also all the salt that's in it too.
The
Salt
sugar.
and salt and sugar are both the culprits on it.
And what's crazy is when you're broke, um, or you have low income, the stuff that's affordable is garbage. Like it's not
Yeah.
good for you. And the
Yeah.
stuff that we're supposed to be eating is high quality protein and high quality produce. And,
Mhm.
try and do that on a fixed income. It's next to impossible, right?
Well, let's do a quick shout out to your own YouTube channel as well, Patrick. Disabled Investor. You have your well, you're on Twitter, but you're also on YouTube.
I am.
Disabled Investor YouTube channel.
I'm,
Explain what you do on that channel. What
yeah,
what
for
what
sure.
your mission statement? Yeah, please.
I'm on a similar mission to you guys, but on a different front. You guys are fighting the government, I'm fighting the banks. Um, and basically, I talk a lot about registered disability savings plan and just how important it is for people who can get it to get it. Because it's like $90,000 that you can get free money from the government if you qualify and you take advantage over the 20 years. Um, so I try and encourage people to do that. I share my daily trades and whatever because I manage my own self-directed plan. Not
Hmm.
everybody does that. And the reason I say I'm against the banks is the banks will try and railroad you into high fee, low growth crap that doesn't really grow. And I
It
mean,
grows for them though.
it grows for them. Yeah, they get
Yeah,
2% or more of your money.
Oh yeah.
You see
yeah,
those Quest Trade commercials where
Yeah.
they say, 2% adds up. Well, it really does.
yeah,
So I figure, you guys are trying to raise the floor for everybody, and I'm trying to figure out if we can raise the ceiling, you know what I mean?
yeah. You're
Like,
you're you're kind of like the Moneyball guy.
Yeah.
well, I say I'm on $1 million mission. I'm
Yeah,
trying to grow my registered disability savings plan as much as I can.
yeah,
But, like I'm just trying to prove that disabled doesn't mean stupid when it comes
yeah,
to, you know what I mean? Like you
yeah,
were saying, Neil, earlier, you don't like software telling you what to do.
yeah.
I
Exactly.
I feel that way about the banks and, finance
Hmm.
bros. You know what I mean? Like I want to learn it myself so I don't feel
Hmm.
dumb.
And that's
Yeah,
why on the other side, we push the government because it's like we don't want the government telling us what they want us to do. We want that autonomy in making that decision of where we need to have accessible housing, having your basic needs met,
Yep.
healthy food, just everything accessible. And it's not
Yeah.
difficult to do. And the same as banks, it's not difficult to make things better for everybody around. Share the well-being. I mean, we
well,
have,
Yes,
let's
with
let's
respect.
uh let's finish off with a couple questions
yeah,
from because Sonia wanted a couple questions, and
yes,
then we can punch out.
okay.
Okay, I just have a couple of questions for you, Patrick.
Sure.
What type of insulins are you on? Like for your fast acting, which do you have?
I have something called True Rappy, which is it's a like a generic version of Rapid.
Mhm.
And I have long acting. It's called Tresiba, which is
Okay.
by Novo Nordisk.
Oh, yeah.
Um, they work pretty good for me. Like my
Okay.
sugars stay under 10
Okay.
for the
Oh,
most part. Um, but like I say, I found a $0 way to start working out,
Mhm.
and I started it a little while ago. And the secret is check your community center and see if they have a
Uh-huh.
low income
Yes.
subsidy.
Oh, good.
Uh,
Yeah.
Our community centers are pretty much shut down.
oh no.
They're doing renovations on a lot of, so there's
Hmm.
nothing good for a couple of years.
Hmm.
That's why
Well,
Victoria is so terrible. It's awful here. No.
maybe maybe that's something the government ought to be doing is given, you talk about supports, Brent, and giving us choice. I believe in something called universal basic services,
yes, yes,
Mhm.
Hmm.
and I think that can't work in isolation from universal basic income. The two have to work together.
Mhm.
You
exactly.
know,
Yes.
but universal basic services means we all need we all need things, right? Like we all need health access and
Hmm.
transportation and healthcare and
Mhm.
food.
Now,
And
one more question I have, sorry.
yeah, sorry.
Do you prefer to do your injections in public or in private?
You know what? I just don't give a shit anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't either. I don't care.
Ah, ah,
Uh,
uh,
on that.
honestly, I was on a group chat Zoom call sort of thing with a group that was for mental health organization, and it was at the time when I had to take a shot. So I just lifted up my shirt and did it. And the coordinator said, "Oh, there's addicts in here, so you shouldn't be doing that because it makes them upset."
Oh,
And
wow.
Jeez.
Stigma.
it was an insulin
Stigma.
pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I felt for them, but
Mm.
it's medicine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you ever put the injection in your arm?
Not anymore. I use my gut for the most part because it's
Yeah.
such a big target.
Better for absorption in the stomach.
It used to be, but I'm starting to get these hard spots
Yeah.
where I've
Mm.
injected too much, I
Too
guess.
many
And
times. Yeah, you got to rotate it around.
yeah,
Yeah.
they're
I find these little stickers at the dollar store. You put them, you stick them on the site that you put the needle in, and it stays on.
Oh
oh
yeah.
wow.
So
Yeah, look,
you've used that site before.
Maybe
yeah.
I should
I
get a
use.
Sharpie.
Yeah.
Just get a Sharpie and put an
Well,
X on
they're
the spot.
well,
I
little.
find that
Yeah.
I use my thigh a lot too for daily injections. I find that pretty good.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
like a little sticker. It's like putting
Yeah, that little
got a
stick.
little sticker on a key here. So it's like
okay.
one of those little stickers. It's like a little red sticker that I got on a key because I can get those little key holders that go around there, but I just got the little sticker. I put one on there so I know one's for the door, one's for the front door of the building. Yeah. So that's what kind of Sonia puts on a little spot where she does an injection. So she knows that she's now used that and then kind of
Mhm.
rotates them around.
Are
That's
you
cool.
are you on the Dexcom or do you manually prick your finger?
I was on Dexcom, but I was on the G6,
Uh-huh.
and I was running into this issue where every time Apple would push an update
Mm.
for the phone, um, Dexcom would start reporting my numbers as artificially low.
Oh, yeah, I know mine too.
See, that's what I'm telling you. That's
You
why I'm
have to
telling you,
calibrate.
Patrick, I hate Apple.
You have to calibrate it.
Well,
So this is mine here. See that?
it's not Apple, it's Dexcom.
Oh, okay,
Um,
yeah.
I
Is
made the
Apple-
switch.
And I
I,
also got this thing. Have you heard of looping?
Oh yes.
Have you heard of
no,
looping?
no.
Oh, that thing's looped.
It looks like this.
Okay,
It goes. It
Like a
integrates
bullet
with
or-
Dexcom G7.
okay.
And they got all your little. Uh,
Oh,
this is
neat.
where I bolus right here,
Okay.
and you can put all your. It's all your.
Tr tracks your data.
Yep. And then it
Kind
tells
of like
you
a fitness tracker, I guess, almost.
It's
and
great when it works though.
says you're on the Omnipod Dash right
Mm.
there, and it's
Mm.
Problem
Honest,
is that Sonia seems to have there's like a lot of trouble with the Bluetooth when it comes to
and
that.
then it's got all your what are they called things that you can use for whatever activity you're doing.
okay,
Mhm.
tracking your
Exercise, sick day, hypo recovery from sugar high, site change resistance, which helps me out a lot
Hmm.
when I have a different location that
Mhm.
doesn't absorb. See, it has its pros and cons, right?
Yeah.
But more
Um,
cons than anything.
if you're having trouble with the Dexcom, I made the switch to something called the Libre.
Oh, okay.
A
I had
Libre
that a long
3.
time ago.
Well, the Libre 3 is almost the same thing as the Dexcom, but it seems more reliable.
Does it?
Oh,
How many days is that one again?
15 days.
15.
wow.
This one is
Yeah.
10.
Yeah, I know. They switched me to the J7 as well,
Mhm.
and I didn't like it.
I know I didn't either. Like when I was on the Libra 3, that's how I started out.
Mhm.
Okay.
And somebody from I got it through the federal government, and they got it for me for free. So I was
Wow.
happy with that, and I enjoyed it. It never fell off on me at all, like the Dexcom. Like even when you're sleeping on it, you get these compression lows, and you have fake sugar lows overnight.
Okay.
They come down to like 4.3 or 4.2 or whatever, and then you have to manually test yourself. Like I still have a manual kit that I use every so often.
Yeah, I got one in case my thing looks wacky.
Yeah.
He does.
I'll double check it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
still-
she's having a low. Meanwhile, she's not. And then,
Yeah.
and if she didn't check it, then she thinks she's having a low. So then she'll have to have something to boost her numbers up. Meanwhile, her numbers are already up now. The number's too high. Oh, what?
Yep.
Sugar high?
Yeah.
What the heck?
That's the other thing is over treating.
Yeah.
You
I do that a lot.
Yeah.
I do it because I like butter tarts.
I know. I do that a lot because I love my Cheetos. You know?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh,
Well, I think it's time to punch out, Brent, because
Yeah. yes.
Patrick's got to run for his appointment. So
Well, good luck with your appointment, Patrick.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's a kidney
Yeah.
doctor, so we'll find out how bad I've been
Oh,
this
no.
past 6 months.
Ugh.
Yeah, definitely. You'll have to.
have you made the naughty list? Hey?
Well,
Mm.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to I'll do a follow up with you, Patrick, on this, and yeah, we'll definitely
Sounds
keep you
good.
posted on how things are going, and yeah, we'll just do a catch up very soon. Well,
Sounds good.
first of all, I want to thank you, Patrick, for coming on, and Sonia, thank you very much for coming on and doing this segment of the rant and rave.
Thanks for having me. It felt good to get it all out.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
It's like therapy. Yeah.
Yeah.
you have to just let
Peer
people know
support.
where you're at.
Yeah.
Pure support. Exactly.
Yeah.
Totally. You know, and letting people know where things are at, because maybe there's a lot of people in the world that are going through exact same thing that both of you are going through. And another advice, I mean, any feedbacks on the comment section, everybody, please submit them in. And again, thank you everyone for tuning in to PWD Allies podcast.
I had a secret poll running, by the way. I said, is Brent going to drop an F-bomb on today's episode? That was my secret poll. It's running right now, and I can't quite see it. Apparently, 60% said no right now.
Oh,
They weren't going to drop an F-bomb, but like I
Oh,
said,
you better-
it's secret. It's secret.
You better
I didn't
you better effing fix that.
I think I
say
did.
no, and then meanwhile I'm on my way of giving out the outro.
No,
So-
I think I did because remember Ray said it's not the same NDP as it was.
That's true. Yeah.
Oh.
Exactly. Sonia did the
It's a
F-bomb.
pink unicorn party.
Sonia dropped the F-bomb and Brent didn't drop it. Sonia
There you
dropped
go.
it.
Yeah.
And you see,
It's definitely not the same NDP I used to know.
No, it's totally
No.
different now. Yeah.
Exactly. They've just done a 360. You know, and again, like the advocacy organizations have been pushing the provincial government for years, and they just put a deaf ear to it. And here's the thing, everybody, right before we end the show here, you got advocacy organizations. Some are actually paid by the provincial government as a sponsor to go out and collect the information based on lived experience. Okay, they come back and they tell the government what they're hearing. Now the government is ignoring those same organizations that are advocating to help people. If they're not listening to people on the ground level with lived experience, and they're not listening to organizations, they're not listening to the BC Green Party. Miss Malcolmson was asked a question by the BC Green Party before the House rose in the spring session here about saying that the rates in BC are $1,000 below the poverty level. And her government, and of course, she spun it out and said her own rhetoric. But before she did that, the member of the BC Green Party says, I don't need to hear you giving excuses of, oh, well, so many years, blah, blah. Was it 9 years, 25 years, whatever? And so then the rebuttal came back and said, and of course, this is, I mean, that kind of affects people's health, right? Because if you're not giving people the proper income, they can't actually help themselves of paying, you know, less market rent, right? And it should be, the rates are risen. It betters everybody's well-being. But the point of what I'm trying to say is that the Green Party basically made a point of saying, like, do the right thing, in other words, to sum it up. And I was really shocked of the minister's response in return. And the minister's response was, well, I appreciate the Green Party, but I'll take the lived experience stories from people on ground level. Well, hello, what do you think we do here? We tell you what you want to hear, and you're not even listening to us. So the problem
she's picking and choosing who she wants to listen to. Yeah,
but
Just
she's not
trying to get a soundbite.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not even listening to people on ground level. The BC NDP got an F grade recently in the report on the budget. they haven't even indexed our rates to inflation. They haven't raised the rates in like
Well, that sounds like another podcast, though, Brent.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we should compare notes sometimes because we're about to get a raise here in Ontario, a whole 1.9%.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
that'll be
How
another
much is that?
podcast. We'll have a discussion on that. We'll have you
Yeah.
on soon on that discussion.
How much dollars does that equal out to, though?
$23 a month, I think.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay, well that's $23 more than we get here. So.
Yeah.
That's a couple of hot dogs.
yeah.
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 Here it's a couple of minus hot dogs.
Yeah.
But,
Chicken wieners. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I can buy you a couple of heads of lettuce anyway.
Mm.
yeah, exactly. Just make sure they're not rotten. Thank you, everybody. Look forward to having you on again soon, Patrick. We'll follow up on your appointment, and we'll talk about comparisons of rates. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to PWD Allies podcast. Please subscribe, like, and share. And a shout out to Apple for having our podcast on. I know
Yes.
somebody was actually waiting to hear that response each time. I'm going to announce it.
There you go.
Take care.
You're doing well, Brent.
Yeah,
Okay,
take care.
bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Bye.